Okay, these barrels should buff our attributes. Accuracy is something good for everybody, more so for my fighters. Oh, these gives +2. In my magic 6 they gave +1. Okay, yet another yellow barrel. I'm wondering if I should, like, prioritize my fighters getting more accuracy or having it even. I feel like even, especially for accuracy. White barrel is luck. Probably everybody wants the same level of luck.
That's it?
Ah.
Oh, I didn't read this note. Hairboff. Light the signal fires when you know that the humans are at their weakest. We will arrive within days of seeing your signal. Do not betray me again. You must leave your personal interests behind if you wish to survive in my tribe. Grognard the Great. I generally think the, unless a note says it's like a quest item, I think we can just drop them, but, I think we'll carry them around until, we actually need to start worrying about inventory space. Okay, presumably be some guys here. Okay, shocking that there aren't any there. Huh. Must have somehow aggroed all of them. I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to remember if you can, like, go everywhere in the castle initially. I think the answer is no. I think you get, like, upgrades to the castle or something that open up new areas, but I might be misremembering. Okay, a couple more barrels, I think. Oh, those are empty. It's annoying. Because yeah, you can see here this, like, looks like it should be something, but isn't. So maybe that, like, opens up later.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Probably no one was paying this close attention, but if you were watching my Magic 6 playthrough, you might notice that, you know, my characters are not... I mean, these are still weak, so I'm still pretty much getting through the enemies pretty quickly. But you might notice that I'm not, like, completely dominating the enemies as much as I was in my Magic 6. And that's because, in my Magic 6 there are some, oh, I see the stretch, I'll stretch in a second. In my Magic 6, there were some secret buff areas right at the beginning which made you incredibly powerful. Okay, speed. Speed is also important for everybody.
Ah.
Was that yellow? Quite a lot of accuracy. I wonder if those are, like, hard-coded to be accuracy, or if they just happen to be mostly accuracy this time. Okay, stretch! Thank you, cuz! I do have other redeems now, by the way. Not a whole lot, but some that hook into my VTuber character. Like making my pet appear, changing the pet's location if it's on. Also changing my outfit. There's a few more toggles that I want to set up, but they some minor art issues or rigging issues with them. You'll notice that if you summon my pet in this outfit, it'll like tear the blue marking off the sleeve when he appears. The other things that I wanted to make toggles for.
That was too easy.
Some of them move that arm, and the sleeve tear doesn't work with all the toggles. So I'm hoping to get that fixed at some point. It'll probably take a while, but hopefully it can be done.
Just a scratch. Weakling.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Characters are still, oh. About to say my characters are still yellow, so there's still enemies around. Presumably some of these doors here. Oops, some goblins.
Just a scratch.
I wonder if my characters will be ready to level up again after this. Probably even if I like kill the enemies and they aren't. Probably they will be after turning the quest in. Okay, some barrels. Let's just go ahead and clear out the enemies while our buffs are still on, rather than picking up all the bodies right away.
Weakling.
Okay, I think there's like, what, one more door here? Maybe two? Maybe just this one? Whoa, sorry for that. Spinning around like crazy. Okay, we're green, so no nearby enemies. Similar to previous, there's like a... This area seems blocked off initially.
Rubbish.
Okay, more accuracy. I mean, it is pretty nice to get so many accuracy buffs this early in the game. Accuracy is by far one of the most important early game stats to have. The hit chance is very helpful early on. Okay, red is might. So this is where I start having interesting options. So let me pull up my My attribute list real quick. Great base. So I mentioned this a number of times when doing the Mind Magic 6 playthrough, and it works the same way here. But there are breakpoints at certain levels of statistics. So for instance, 13 is like the base, you don't get a bonus or a penalty. 11 is a -1 penalty. 13 or 15 is a +1 bonus. Every 2 attribute, so like 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, these are all breakpoints, and then after that there start being larger gaps between them. So there will be like so like from 30, the next breakpoint is 35, then 40, then after that 50. So he's actually at a breakpoint between 48 and 50, but that's only because he has this ring on. If I took this ring off, going 30 to 32 wouldn't actually do anything. So now I gotta decide, do I want to like buff his might, or should I like buff someone else's to give them more damage? Because I'm probably going to be using a lot of melee throughout the game, but probably more bows than melee, to be honest. I'm a little tempted. So the other thing is that there are there's like contests and things where if you have the necessary level of an attribute, you'll get skill points for it. So that does, yeah, that makes it more reasonable to concentrate attributes on people. I'm a little tempted to be like, if we're in the range where 2 changes the breakpoint, just to do that. Let me see if it says actually changes her damage. 1 to 5. 1 to 6. Yeah. Did that also change her attack? Let me check that. No, it didn't. Okay. So accuracy is definitely more important than might, I feel like, but okay, endurance definitely on her. Alright, let's check these rooms. Some bodies to pick up, I believe.
Got it.
Okay.
We should just leave it behind.
Still not exploding, thankfully. Let's see, which of these is better? This is valued more. That doesn't always mean it's better, but does appear to be the case this time.
It's disarmed. We should just leave it behind.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, yeah.
I did it again!
I'm gonna go ahead and move non-cure stuff to him to sell. Okay, looks like there's a few more barrels in here. Actually, quite a few. Okay, purple is speed, I believe. Yeah. Blue is personality, so the only person that personality matters for is him. with the maybe the chance that it's possible there's some upgrade or something that requires personality. But we can probably, if that is the case, we can probably just give someone something that buffs it temporarily. Okay, red is might. Okay. So now I'm a little bit more tempted to do the might on him, but yeah. We're probably gonna have this ring for a long time, right? Let's see if this buffs his min damage and his max, or just his max. Okay, it actually did the min and max. I think because theirs is at 1, it's only buffing the max. But we should be replacing this with a dagger at some point. Actually, maybe we actually could do that right after we get out of here. Hopefully we will get a little bit of money. From finishing up this quest. We can also sell some stuff. We might have enough money to do things with after doing this. Especially since we can sell some stuff.
Come in, come in.
Thank heavens you've cleaned them all out. Now we need to find a way to clean up the castle and rebuild the damaged sections. The only people I can think of who would have the inclination and the ability to do this are the dwarves in the Stone City, located in the Barrow Downs to the south. The entrance to the Stone City lies in the center of the Barrow Downs, on one of the largest hills. Okay, so we have quite a few quests now. Probably the next order of business is exploring this outside area before doing anything else. Let's go sell some stuff real quick.
Thanks. Come again. See anything you want?
Oh, maybe we should have held on to that dagger, actually.
Thanks a lot. See anything you want? Need a new weapon? Thanks.
Okay, give her the dagger. Should make her even more useful. Especially once we get expert dagger.
Need a new weapon? Thanks. Come again.
And make me feel less bad about
See
giving
anything
her
you want?
might.
Thanks a lot.
It does appear like we have enough to level up.
Can I help
So
you
let's
with anything?
go sell all our junk first.
Thanks. Come again.
Need some training? That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Get everybody? Yeah, okay. Bodybuilding and arms master I will want for everybody at some point. but I feel like getting expert stuff is more useful. Okay, he can learn leather expert. So can she. That'll use our magic use our money up immediately here. So let's go do that. So we won't have to be agonizing over any choices. Alright, so they no longer... Okay, so none of them have recovery penalty anymore. He would, but we can also... We could actually do leather for him initially. Until plate. Let me actually look up plate and see at what point recovery penalty is eliminated for plate mail. Skills. Okay, yeah, plate armor. Okay, so you have to be Grandmaster to eliminate the recovery penalty. So that's gonna be a long time. So I think getting him expert in leather is actually better. He can also do bow. Dagger expert. Probably actually should have done bow before dagger, but that's fine. Now him. Probably shield to get recovery penalty eliminated. Mind would also be tempting. Okay, well we need money before we can actually accomplish anything else. But yeah, there's a few skill things. I mean, I guess I could always go to the arena again if I wanted, if I needed, if I was desperate for money. But I feel like probably just continuing the game is more efficient in that regard. Did I sell everything I wanted to? I mean, I'm wondering if I should like hold on to plate armor. I'm thinking that I think I'm not gonna hold on to plate armor unless I find something like truly amazing. Because most likely I will find something better by the time I actually want to wear it. Okay, I still need like 200 more gold. Alright, we can go start wandering around inside this outside area. I do believe I have a pretty good memory of at least the general layout of this outside area. I'm sure there will be some details I don't remember, but like for instance, I know there's some houses down here. I should also check this for area just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Like for instance, I'm not going to remember where like every chest is. I think there's like a dungeon down here and houses over here. And there might be the Oracle guy somewhere around here. Okay, for now we'll continue picking up pretty much anything unless it sells for like 1 and takes up multiple inventory spaces. Because we are pretty desperate for money at the moment. And we're going to be able to get a few more skills once we get money, so we're definitely not going to be out of the money woods anytime soon.
That was too easy.
It's curious that these guys seem to be like... They all seem to be facing another direction. I thought it was because like there were guards that they would be getting into fights with. I know there is that case elsewhere on the map. That doesn't seem like it with just these guys right here.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Weakling.
This game does have a very similar to My Magic 6 hordes and hordes and hordes of enemies. There are areas where you need to be strategic, possibly more so in this one than My Magic 6, but for reasons which I'll get into later.
Weakling.
But generally speaking, it's keep your characters alive, do as much damage as possible quickly so enemies die faster.
Just a scratch.
Ah, but a scratch.
I do have stone skin on from a pedestal, which I believe buffs armor class. Yeah. Only by 10 though. Not very much. Okay, obelisk. Just like Mind Magic 6, there's an obelisk in every outside map area, which will lead to a treasure later in the game.
We should just leave it behind.
But we have to get all of them before the treasure will appear. I'm fairly certain, at least. This is actually a slight shield buff.
Rubbish. Rubbish. Ah.
Rings that don't do
Rubbish.
anything. These boots someone can make use of. Okay, hold on. Do I have enough to go get leather expert? I do. Let's go do that before we continue on here. Although I guess I can loot the bodies, but I don't think I want to go too far south because we're just going to end up aggroing more goblins if we do that. So this game has a mechanism where, like, areas will respawn eventually. Generally, it's once a year in-game. However, I think there might be some small, like, pockets of respawning area in this one. Because there will be areas where guards are fighting goblins. And I think those respawn, but I don't remember if it's just the guards that respawn, or both the guards and the goblins. By the way, I'm pretty sure I figured out what was causing my, making me toggle the always run button. The always run button toggle is U.
Thanks a lot.
which is right next to I, which is my inventory button. And I think I'm either pressing both of them or misclicking sometimes. So I'm moving my left hand all the way from was to I hear you without looking at the keyboard. It's easy to slightly miss that.
Can I
I might
help you with
change that
anything?
hotkey to something else at some point.
Thanks. Come
Okay,
again.
let's oh, wrong place. Okay. Okay, great. Everybody can wear leather armor. They're all experts, which means no recovery penalty. Which is the big thing. Okay, so what else can I get expert in? Bow, sword, which I don't think I found yet. Dagger for her. I don't think I found yet. Nothing for him, although I could give him enough to do shield, which also has a recovery penalty, which would be big. I think maybe that should be my next thing. If I find the person who does it. She can learn air and water expert. Let me see if I found that yet. Okay, I found the master disarm, but not the expert. And it doesn't look like I found expert air or water yet. Refresh my stone skin. Do my bless here. Okay, I do want to be careful if there's going to be multiple goblin lords. You can definitely do a decent amount of damage. Yikes. Speaking of. I also still want to get everybody learning. 3 people bodybuilding. One more person arms master.
That was too easy.
Okay, for instance, down here you can see that there's like green and red squares. It's guards fighting the goblins. And we want to be a little bit careful that we don't accidentally shoot the guards and piss them off at us. Which is easy to do for just like spamming. Okay. There's also goblins up here using these things to cast spells, like fireball and stuff. I may try to like run up there. I believe this may end up spawning a whole bunch of guys. Let me see. I think we might be able to we might be able to trigger these ourselves and kill people with them. Although on the other hand, I'm not sure if that gives us experience or not. Not that in the grand scheme of things, the experience you get for killing a few hobgoblins really matters that much. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure some areas spawned, some enemies spawned here. Yeah, no clue if we're actually getting experience for that. I guess I could check.
It's just a
Although there's so many of them that I don't think it would make sense for us to kill them any other way. No, we definitely don't get experience for that. That one's like out of range. Okay. Hold on, there's like one more group here. Oh, shoot. Should have, considered that. It was a fireball that hit a close guy. Yeah, you killed my own characters. Hold on, are these like continuously respawning? I'm not sure. I don't know if I like... Okay. Let's see if these guys end up like respawning here or not.
Ah, what a scratch.
I mean, this should definitely be a lot of money. Well, for this point in the game, at least.
Weakling.
Guard fighting 3 goblins. The goblins won.
Ah, what a scratch.
Okay. Let's go loot stuff and hopefully we won't have any new groups spawning, but again, I'm not sure. We might. Looks like a couple guards survived down here. Oh, jeez. Several goblin lords there, actually. Oh, I was about to say maybe they'll be distracted by the guards, but that is clearly not the case. I may want to be in real time here. The turn base, because they're also having fights down there, is taking forever. Okay, all of those guys fight it out amongst themselves. I don't think the guards will last very long. They're way outnumbered. I believe there should be a chest in the middle of all this nonsense. Curious if there's any danger of it potentially exploding on us, as our disarm skill isn't high enough. Lone gobbies over here. Refresh my bless skill spell. And wizard eye. Okay, I should check out this area while I'm here. I think the oracle guy is over here. Actually, he may not be the oracle. It might be something else in this game. In Might and Magic 6, it was definitely called the Oracle. I think.
Rubbish.
Okay, nothing interesting from the bodies yet. I wonder what that thing is over there. Are there shrines in Might and Magic 7? In 6 there were shrines where if you went to them on the right month, they would give you attribute buffs. I feel like those were kind of replaced by the contests and challenges. Yeah, one of the guards survived. Or spawned.
Ah, what a scratch.
Ow. We got pretty walloped there. 3 goblin lords.
Ah, what a scratch.
If we had a Day of the Gods buff, we'd be in like zero
Just a
danger.
scratch. Just a scratch.
Ah,
As it is, we need to be a little bit careful. Alright. Seem relatively safe at the moment. Again, I don't know if in any of these like little pockets of guys will be respawning, because this is technically like a war zone or whatever. We'll loot all the bodies and go check that chest in the middle. And then probably wander around the edge, make sure we don't miss any other chests. Already up to 3,000 gold. Wonder if I should try to hold out to get learning, perhaps. That'll take roughly 6,000, I think. Okay, it did not explode, thankfully. I'm curious if this is gonna spawn a bunch of more guys. Fragment of a soldier's diary. Can't hold on much longer. The goblins have received assistance from some large flying creature, and they began falling from the skies soon after we took the fort. I don't think we're gonna survive much longer. I'm gonna miss my wife and pet. Alright, let's explore around the edges here. Just to make sure we didn't miss any chests or anything. Oh, there's another contest thing up there. Contest of luck. Probably nobody has high enough luck to beat that, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. Looks like we can level up again, by the way. Another option would be get everybody merchant skill. Long term, only my cleric will be using merchant, but could perhaps be useful to have on others to decrease the cost of training. Training's the big one. It would also decrease the cost of like learning new skills, but there's not that many more skills we actually want to get. Although if it cuts off like 200 from how much it costs to get learning, and it may pay for itself pretty quickly actually. Maybe I should check that specifically when I get back to town. Now, the chance of me actually remembering to do that is probably pretty low. Right, let's go to the edge of the map here and just see where going north takes us. Tularian Forest.
Rubbish.
Pretty sure we checked this. We got these chests already. But let me just make sure I got both of them. Yeah. Okay, there's one body up there. We can probably climb up here. Okay. Let me look here just to make sure that there's no, like, just hiding up here. Doesn't look like it. I will also check a, oh my gosh. Stop it! An online map. After I explored this area to make sure I didn't miss anything. Feather fall, jump down. Go around the outside edges here. When you see something like that, I don't know if I can repeat it, like, kind of like the little black spot there, kind of like look through the floor. Just sort of the game being old and all the textures not being perfectly seamless. Happens a lot more with without the patch upgrades that I'm running. Okay, I want to check this thing. See what that is. And we may also see if we can climb up here, potentially. Sorry for the snuffling. Okay, let's run around the outside of this lake just to check. Enemies are in range. I'm assuming it's more goblins. Won't actually know until I get there, though. Although I didn't hear them. And goblins have a pretty distinctive like sound, I believe. Alright, what is this? Shrine. You pray. Okay, I'm gonna check this. I think this only comes into play later in the game, if I'm remembering correctly. But I'm gonna check. Okay, where the heck is the map? Okay, yeah. That was correct. This only comes into play later. Alright, do I want to, like, go around on the ground here and find a natural way over to this area? Or, because this place is right here, and looks like a house, jump up there and see what it is. Alright, it was easy to climb up there, so that's what we're doing. I want to make sure I don't actually accidentally travel when I... It's very easy when you're like clicking around to hit the edge of the map and accidentally travel when you don't mean to. Okay, Judge Gray. Oh, Arbiter, not the Oracle. How are you doing, my lords? I am Judge Gray. I have the unusual job of arbitrating disputes between warring nations. The position has its rewards, but you'll never hear the people you're helping thank you. I always know I'm doing the right thing when both sides are angry at me at once. So this guy will give you like, you know, what's the next step in the game? There's one piece of advice I could give you would be to fix your castle. I don't know how you're going to find the gold and workers to do it, as only wealthy nobles and kings can afford such large-scale projects. I suppose it's the old chicken and egg question. You must appear noble to gain wealth and respect, but you must have wealth and respect in order to appear noble. In any event, if you expect to be lords of Harmondale for more than a few months, you need to find a way to prove you're not just lucky peasants. You must prove you're fit to rule. So yeah, if you're ever playing this yourself and are like stuck on what to do next, you can always talk to this guy and he'll give you some sort of, you know, this is the next main quest thing that you should be working on. This is a way if you accidentally drop a quest item to get it back. It will only work if you previously had the quest item in your inventory and then like got rid of it or something. It's kind of a nice little mechanic. I mean, you could probably make the argument that it would have been better if you could just like not accidentally throw away quest items. But, since you can, it's better that you can get them back, in my opinion, than losing them forever. Alright, typically if there are chests somewhere, they will be like hiding in these little alcoves, rather than being like out in a big open area. Not always true. And I think that might be a little bit different depending on what map you're on. But I'm pretty sure that's the case here.
Greetings. Hello.
Curious if there's anyone here, like any NPCs that I'd be potentially interested in replacing the ones I have. There are ones that do more experience and ones that do money. I think long-term, potentially the experience one is good, and short-term, potentially money one is good, but okay, hello. I am Bartholomew Hume, master of this monastery. Is there something I can help you with? Initiate. So this is a promotion quest. We don't have, for this case, it's monks to initiates, and we don't have any monks, but we can still do it. We'll become honorary initiates. It is normal for novice monks to ask for Path of Enlightenment. I shall tell you of the path, though the journey is yours to make. In the Barrow Downs, so this is yet another reason to go to the Barrow Downs, is a series of tombs, one of which was constructed on a site of great natural power. You will know the right barrow because it is different from the rest. Reach this barrow and meditate by the water, and your promotion to initiate will be complete. Okay, mind the guild. We were looking for that. I wonder if the other guilds will be around here too. Okay, he buys Tellurian wood, sells arrowheads, Earth Guild membership. Stone City. People say the dwarves live in the barren land south of Harmondale, but that's not exactly true. They live under them. Look for their front gate in the center of the Barrow Downs, where 3 bridges meet. Water Guild. Okay. Okay, I think we should have all the guild memberships now. Earth Magic Master, or sorry, Earth Magic Expert. And he tells us where Master is. You won Lord Markham's contest. Good luck. Last people who tried to clean this place up went into Castle Harmondale and never came out. Rebellions here in Harmondale are rare, but we've had a couple of big ones. Most of the time, lords here don't last long enough to rebel against. But there have been some wicked ones. Not that I think you're wicked, my lords. Identify monster, Grandmaster, which I don't think we will ever have. Expert. He tells us where Master Perception is. Sword Grandmaster. And Axe. Okay, well... Alright, add time.